Alrighty. I'm trying to see if I'm live today, so that's awesome. Okay, so I am live, and today is Sunday. It is the first Sunday of the year, and we are in 2026. So that is awesome. I am wanting to share with you some information today, and I am going to share with you information about massage therapy, about somatic therapy, and about energy therapy. And my name is Keva. I'm a licensed massage therapist and board certified holistic health practitioner with a private practice in Grand Prairie, Texas, where I help clients to heal after plastic surgery. I help them to reduce pain and muscle tension in their body, as well as to manage their stress. And I have been a massage therapist since 2017. So in June of 2026, it will be 9 years. So that's what I've been doing with my time. I have also been studying a lot of healing modalities, wellness modalities, integrative and complementary healthcare practices. And I want to talk to you about some of those things today. But before I do that, I want to say Happy New Year again. I can hardly believe it's 2026 because 2025 was a challenging year for me and a lot of massage therapists and business owners in general. And I'm so glad that I am still here. And I want to thank those of you who are entering. So glad to see you. I'm so glad to be here in 2026. So some of the things I'm going to be talking to you about today is massage therapy. And I'm going to be telling you about the guidelines of massage therapy in the state of Texas, because that is where I reside. It is also where my practice is. I'm going to be telling you what it is, what it isn't, why some of these things are important for us to remember when we are utilizing the services of massage therapists, and whatever else seems to come up during that discussion. If you have any questions that are about massage therapy, somatic therapy, things like that, you can put them in the chat. But please remember that I am a massage therapist. I am licensed by the state of Texas. That means that I am not a medical doctor, and I cannot tell you how your muscle issues can be addressed. I can give you information, but I'm not responsible for your care because I'm talking to you through a screen. So I can give you information, and then I can give you guidelines or information that you should be looking for to find a therapist in your area. And if you're happen to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, specifically in Grand Prairie, I am available to you. So you can contact me using the information in my bio. You can go to my website. I am fully transparent about my credentials. Those are listed on my website as well. So I welcome you to do that. So, massage therapist. Almost 9 years in the game. I've seen every fad and every practice modality. I've seen so many of them in this time frame because I am not new to the massage therapy. I am true to massage therapy. So I want to just start off by giving you a definition in the state of Texas. The definition for massage therapy is defined by the Texas Department of Licensing and Registration, or TDLR. And that definition is the manipulation of soft tissue by a hand, by an apparatus for therapeutic purposes. If you are encountering a practitioner in the state of Texas and they are manipulating soft tissue, they must have a license. Now, I know that this crosses disciplines and it crosses practices. In the state of Texas, if you are providing massage therapy, you must have a massage therapy license. Now, I know that nurses provide touch therapy, and I don't know anything about what their licensing is required to provide touch therapy. I am exclusively referring to massage therapy. If you are working with a nurse, then in the state of Texas, then those requirements may be different. I don't know nothing about that. And that's not what I'm talking about today. That's not what I'll ever talk about, because my expertise is in massage therapy, and that's what I'm talking about today. So if you are in the state of Texas and you are practicing or going to receive hands-on care to address muscle pain and tension, that practitioner, if they are practicing in the state of Texas, remember, I'm not talking about nurses, I don't know nothing about that, they must have a massage therapy license. And if they are calling their practice massage therapy, they have to have a license. And the reason why I'm bringing this up specifically is because it's important for you to know. There are also things that therapist must display in their practice. And I'm particularly talking about independent massage therapists, because there are therapists that work for corporate spa businesses. You know, the ones that are advertised on television and they appear in different states and different cities. I'm not going to name them because I'm not interested in advertising for them, but they are different from independent massage therapists. I am an independent massage therapist. The name of my company is Keva Massage and Wellness. And if you find other massage therapists that are working, especially if they're working under their name, if their name is in the business name, then they're probably an independent massage therapist, and that is who I'm focusing this information on. So if you're working with an independent massage therapist, and I would say massage therapists in general, there are things that they must have visible to you when you enter their practice. And one of those things is a current pictured license. What that means is their license certificate must be up to date, and it must have a current picture of them on the license. If you go into a massage therapy location and there is no picture of the therapist with a current certificate of licensure, you need to leave, because they are not abiding by the state mandates for massage therapy. So that's one thing they have to have. Another thing that they have to have is a certificate that defines trafficking. And that has to be on the wall. So those are two things that I can remember that has to be on the wall, because I have those on my wall. In addition to my certificate of licensure being up to date with a picture, and the trafficking certificate, I have certificates that show that I have advanced training in manual lymphatic drainage. I have training in the different modalities that I offer. I don't have all of the modalities that I offer because there's not enough space for that. But the ones that I use pretty often are listed on my wall. And these are requirements that the state requires. Now, I'm talking about the state of Texas, but I would assume that other states require that as well. And if you are here and you're a therapist in another state, just please chat and let me know that that is the case for your state. But in my state, you have to have that license on the wall, and you have to have the trafficking certificate on the wall as well. Another thing that you cannot check is easily is like liability insurance. It has come to my attention, a client who is actually a massage therapist came to me recently for post-op massage, and she said that she moved in from another state, and she decided not to transfer her license to Texas. She decided to get, and I know that's my washer. It's loud, but I hope I have it's not too loud. But anyway, I'll just get closer. She said that she decided not to work as a massage therapist in the state of Texas. So she was looking for some post-op care because she had lipo 360 with a BBL. And so she was looking on I won't say Insta. She was looking on social media. I say she was looking on social media for a post-op specialist, a massage therapist, and she found several in the state of Texas. Hey, y'all coming in. Thank you for joining. And today we're talking about, I'm greeting the new year and telling you some information about massage therapy in the state of Texas, what it is, what it ain't, and what you should be looking for when you are working with or hiring a massage therapist. So anyway, she came in and she told me that she was looking for a massage therapist and had gone to 4 actual massage therapists or I won't say massage therapists, this is what I'm going to say. People who were doing massage therapy. Or look, people who were doing massage. Because we don't know if it was therapeutic or not. And according to her, because she knows, she was a trained therapist, there was no therapy going on there. So anyway, they were doing some rubbing. How about that? So anyway, she said that they advertised on social media, and she went to them, and she said they were in nice locations, very good looking location. And she said that she got the feeling, she said, when she got on the table and they started to manipulate soft tissue, and I'm using that term because that's a term that's used in the state of Texas definition for massage therapy. So they were manipulating soft tissue, and she knew immediately that they were not licensed. Or at least not trained. That's one reason why those of us who are licensed and trained in post-op care will not share videos online. Because we ain't trying to teach nobody who ain't trained to do this work via video unless they have the licensure, unless they have been licensed to touch. We study anatomy, physiology, and all kinds of things. We are healthcare professionals. And there are things that you need to know to provide the proper type of care to your clients. And I'm not interested in showing that on video. But anyway, she said she knew immediately after they touched her that they were not, at least they weren't trained. And a couple of the sessions, she even stopped the session and said, okay, that's enough. Yeah, I'm going to leave now. And wasn't even worried about her money. She just wanted to leave. And that's sad. That's really sad. So anyway, the reason why it's so important is because you need to know who is working on you and what their credentials are. But so many times you can't tell that because people are operating solely off of social media profiles. That's one reason why I have maintained a website, because I want you to go to my website. I want you to look at my credentials. I want you to know I am qualified to do what I am doing. And that is, in my mind, what everybody should be doing. But they're not. They're not doing that. So if you go to a person's social media platform and there is no website, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Another red flag is if a client a therapist doesn't have a website and they only do mobile care. Red flag, because they may not be licensed. Now, I'm specifically talking about post-operative massage therapy because that is a specialized field. But this can be any field. I've recently heard too that there are people who are practicing massage without a license. And that to me is a bad thing. That really puts the public at risk. Risk for abuse, risk for the wrong type of care being provided. So I am really adamant about this subject because I have paid a lot of money. I have gone to a lot of classes. I have jumped through hoops to make sure my business is in alignment with the state. And for people just to pop up like daisies and have businesses out here and making money and not being able to teach clients about their lymphatic system, about their nervous system, about their muscular system, to me is a big old slap in the face. And I'm not going to continue to be slapped in the face and not educate. So that is what I'm doing. So for you to know, I want you to know what information you need to know to be able to go to a practitioner who is going to provide you with the proper type of care that's needed, especially if you are post-surgical. Another thing that you need to watch out for is people who are performing massage therapy or massage. We're going to call it rubbing. They just rubbing on folks because you can't provide massage therapy if you have not been trained in massage therapy. Hey, Kofi! How are you? It's so good to see you this Sunday morning. I am on my soapbox here. I am just so tired of people coming in and telling me about these rubbers, because that's what these people rubbing on people, and they're not licensed. She told me also, this client told me that they were charging her for these packages. Child, what? Charging people for packages, and it's just crazy out here, y'all. This is the Wild West. So just be aware. Look up your massage therapist. Yes, social media is a great place to find a massage therapist, but you need to vet that massage therapist. You need to look at them like you would any healthcare professional. Research them. Look and see if they are, what their reviews are. Like I said, are they practicing in a static place or are they mobile? And if they're mobile, do they have a website? I know that one of the reasons why some people operate in a mobile way is so they can't get caught. They can't get caught. Because if I'm here and there and everywhere on a daily basis, how am I supposed to get stopped by a Texas department inspector? I can't. So be mindful of that. Another thing, if the services are way low, the price is way low, that may be an indicator because they don't have to pay licensing. Like I have to pay every 2 years, I have to take continuing education credits, have to pay to have my license renewed. If the prices are too low, that's probably because they don't have to do that. They also probably don't have liability insurance because they can't get it. You cannot get liability insurance for massage therapy if you ain't got no massage therapy license. And if you don't have massage therapy license or these expenditures, you can price your massages way lower than someone like me. So that's just some information I just want you to put in the back of your mind when you are working with massage therapists, because massage therapy is a wonderful discipline to help with stress, to help with pain management, and to help with post-operative or just post-operative for plastic surgery or orthopedic surgery. So just something I want you to keep in mind, especially as the new year comes into play and people, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm just talking to responding to the information as it comes through. But yeah, so be aware of that. I love massage therapy. I have been doing it for, like I said, almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years. And I love it. I really do. But it just frustrates me that so many people are providing care, and they are not providing the best care because they're not educated to provide the best care. There's a reason why we have to do continuing education, because trends and cycles and things change in this industry. And if you are working with someone who is unknowing, they don't know, they can't provide you the best care. And so it's necessary for you to it's a good thing for us to have to do that, and for you to know what we are doing, how we are dedicating ourselves to this industry and to you. The state of Texas, and I would think all states have a website that you can use to look up the professional that you're working with. I know I am listed on the, of course, but yeah, I'm listed on the state registry here for the state of Texas of massage therapy, and you can look that up. I don't have the website right offhand, but I will look that up, and I'll put it on I'll post it sometime later, because I do have appointments today. I am in the office from 1 to 5 on Sundays. So after this live, I'll be headed to the office to work with clients. Today I have a post-op client, I have a pain management client, and I have 2 pain management clients. So I'll be working with them today. I am off on Mondays and Tuesdays, so I am unavailable on Mondays and Tuesdays, but I am available Wednesday through Sunday every week. So in addition to massage therapy, I also offer Reiki energy therapy. And Reiki energy therapy is a healing modality that focuses on the energy system. And the energy system is based on the belief that your body, your cells, your organs, all your body systems have an energy. And based on how you eat, how you sleep, how you take care of yourself, that energy system changes. It changes, and it is as you are exposed to different people, different environments, and those things change your energy system. What Reiki does is it channels a universal energy. And I know one of the things that comes up in these discussions about energy therapy, especially those like Reiki, is where is this energy coming from? Is this energy in alignment with my spiritual system? Is it coming from my higher source? That is something that we can talk to you about, but in the end, it is up to you to determine if Reiki is in alignment with your spiritual system. What I can tell you is that it is not a religious practice. Reiki is not a religious practice. Reiki does not have priests. It does not have spiritual or religious leaders. It is not a religion. What it is an energy-based system, an energy-based tradition that works to channel positive energy to you and to your cells in order to improve your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health. I have been on TikTok and on social media in general, and I have heard some really interesting things, and I'm using interesting as a diplomatic term. I've heard some interesting things where Reiki was concerned, and I've heard that therapists were working with clients and administering Reiki without their permission, that's a no. We don't do that. We don't do that. You never, in my practice, I never administer Reiki to a client without us discussing that before it occurs. It just doesn't happen. I have a dear friend, a spiritual friend, who says that she doesn't want anybody praying for her that she does not know. And I would say that Reiki, since it is a spiritual practice, just like prayer is a spiritual practice, in her mind and in her life, she don't want you praying for her if she don't know you. And that's the way I feel about Reiki. I am not going to provide Reiki for you if you don't want it. Point. Period. End of discussion. And that's the way I believe an ethical Reiki practitioner would align themselves and perform and practice. So you never, ever have to worry about me providing Reiki to you unless we've discussed it. Another thing I heard was that Reiki has priests. No, that is a no. Reiki does not have priests because it's not a religious system. It is a spiritual system, energy therapy that takes training. You have to be trained. There is a mindset and an awareness that you have to have in order to channel or to relay this energy to the client. I think that spiritual people are drawn to Reiki, but sometimes I don't think that they get an understanding of energy healing and energy therapy before they go, and then they give people these ideas that Reiki can heal all things, and no, that's not true either. That's not true. That's not true. We need to call an apple an apple, a pear a pear, because this is an energy therapy. It is working with energies. It is working with spiritual concepts and spiritual awarenesses. It is not like a physical healing modality. It is a spiritual or an energetic healing modality. So we have to be mindful when we are explaining these things to clients so that they understand the how far or what these things can and cannot do. So I've been a Reiki practitioner almost as long as I've been a massage therapist. And yeah, I've seen some things in that regard too, and that's why I'm speaking about Reiki today, because it is a beautiful system, but it has some misconceptions and some myths that are attached to it. Another thing about Reiki is that everybody who is practicing energy therapy is not practicing Reiki. Reiki is a specific tradition with specific techniques that are used in it. For instance, I had a client who is very intuitive, and she was telling me how she was connecting to her ability to heal. She was actively learning how to heal. She was reading books, and she was working with animals because she is an animal lover. And she would talk to me during her massages about, because she knew I was an energy practitioner, she would talk to me about her using energy therapy in her home, with her husband, with her animals. And she said, well, I was using Reiki on them. And I decided to ask her more about that because I wanted her to be educated, and I wanted her to have discussions with people that made sense. So I asked her, I said, so when did you get your Reiki 1 or your Reiki training? And she said, well, I haven't had Reiki training. I was just doing Reiki. And that's what I want you to understand. If you have not gone through Reiki training, you can do energy therapy. You can do energy healing. You can do energy work. It's just not Reiki. So be mindful of that. Until you have gone through the training of a Reiki practitioner, you can do energy healing. Before I was a Reiki practitioner, I used to work with my nephew, who is now 30 years old, energetically. Um, so you can work energetically. It is just not Reiki. It's just not Reiki. And that's perfectly fine. Everyone on the planet has the ability to heal energetically. It's just not Reiki unless you've gone through Reiki training. That's really what I want you to understand. So I'll tell you the story about my nephew and how I used to work with him energetically when he was a little boy, and how that helped our relationship. Now that he's 30 years old, we're pretty close. But anyway, it's just not Reiki. If you're not trained in Reiki, it's just not Reiki. It's energy healing, but it's just not Reiki. So I explained that to her, and I talked to her about that, and now she says, well, I was doing energy therapy with my pups. So energy therapy is one thing. It's a broader category, and then there is Reiki, which is a more specific. So there are some of the different energy healing techniques or energy therapy techniques. There is therapeutic touch, which for a long period of time was done only in the medical field by nurses. And then you have Reiki, you have reflexology, even though it is classified by many as a modality, body work, it is also an energy therapy. So there are tons of them out there, but Reiki is the most visible. But everybody who does energy work is not doing Reiki. You can do energy work. I've heard some people say once they got attuned to Reiki, they could work with energy in different ways. That happens. It also happens in the other direction, where people work with energy and then they become Reiki therapists or Reiki practitioners, but they are not the same. They are not the same, and that's okay. I just wanted you to know that. I am also a somatic practitioner. I work with people, and all that means in my world as a massage therapist, a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher, a life coach, what that means is that I work with people's minds, their mind-body connection. There is a mind-body connection. If you think positive thoughts, you think healing thoughts, that is going to translate into your body. I tell my daughter all the time, if you are sad in your mind and you are stressed in your mind, it's going to show up in your body. It's going to show up in your body. And what somatic therapy helps to do is to connect the mind and the body, and to use the mind to become aware of the body, so that we can release the stress, the strain, the overwhelm, the sadness, and even trauma. I'm going to put a pin right there. As a massage therapist, as a somatic life coach, as a life coach in general, I am not a mental health professional. I have mental health professionals in my family. I would never cosplay as a mental health professional. What they do is licensed for a reason, and that is not my scope of practice. When you come to me, I am helping you to relax, to release stress, to release overwhelm. I even work with clients who are going through grieving, when they're grieving. What I will not do is try to work with you and you are clinically depressed, or you have a lot of heavy sadness, a heavy depression. I'm not going to touch that. You need you need licensed assistance. Now, if you want to come to me and you are just stressed and you don't know which trigger is causing that stress, then I can work with you and we can help you to figure that out, and then I can refer you to a mental health care professional and continue to work with you to release the stress out of your body. But if you, God knows, the universe knows, if you are heavily depressed, there is help for you. and that includes a mental health professional. Um, in my world, we do not step on each other's toes. We allow the experts to come in and provide you the care that you need. I will never step on the toes of a mental health professional. I know my lane. It's just like one of my mentors, Sammy Martinez, used to say, I'm going to stay in my lane. This is my lane. This is my expertise. This is where I'm going to stay. And that's what I believe. I think that people are more helped when that is the case, when you stay in your lane and you do what you have expertise in. My expertise is in massage therapy, somatic therapy, and energy therapy, and that's where I stay. And if you need help in those arenas, then I will be more than happy to help you there. But once it starts to move into different areas that are outside my scope, then I will be referring you out in order for you to get the best care available. And that's my promise to you. This is Keva Mack of Keva Mack Massage and Wellness, and today is the first Sunday of this year. I want to thank you for joining me for this first episode of many episodes to come. And I am here just having real talk, talking real things about wellness, about mind, body, spirit wellness. If you have any topics that you want me to discuss on these Sunday morning talks, these conversations, just leave that information, inbox me, and I will respond to your questions in a Sunday morning live. Again, this is Keva Mack of Keva Mack Massage and Wellness. Y'all take care. Bye-bye. Uh-oh.